So let's break it down. Tessa Blanchard got in trouble in 2020 when word got out that she was bullying talent backstage and using racial slurs, especially against people of color. That is a massive no-go. And that's the problem with Tessa Blanchard. She hasn't apologized. And until she does, I can see why people want nothing to do with her. With that said, I do think Tessa Blanchard should be given a chance to make amends. I think they should say, look, if you want us to hire you, you have to address this. You have to make a statement. You need to apologize. And once you do, you're good. We'll bring you in. Tessa Blanchard is literally one of the best wrestlers, not female wrestlers, but wrestlers in the world today. She comes from a great lineage, the daughter of Tully Blanchard. There is no reason why nobody should be using her. And if this is the reason why she's not being used, she needs to clean her name. So yes, I do think she can be forgiven, but she needs to take that first step to making amends.
Okay, now, I told you guys several months ago, I said, not so much as giving Tessa the benefit of a doubt, but you can call it that. More for me, it's more so a thing of, let's see if she's going to make it or break it. Meaning, is she going to address this situation with the attention and the care that it needs? Or is she going to just play this whole let me go along with just playing the heel, and hopefully that the dislike for me because of my racist antics turns into heel hate only, and one day they're cheering me and they accept me finally. Nah, she didn't take the route of explaining herself. TNA is a sack of shit of a company as well. Fuck TNA and also fuck the WWE. The WWE, you guys didn't salute Juneteenth. You didn't salute Black History Month. Booker T, you set your black ass there and didn't say anything. Bianca Belair, Montez Ford, none of them. Jade Cargill, none of you motherfuckers said nothing. The only person that tweeted anything about Juneteenth from the WWE was Sami Zayn, and that motherfucker said Happy Juneteenth, and said we cannot continue to hide behind the wrong we've did. Hide behind and ignore the wrong we did. We must acknowledge these things. And so, yeah, when you got a tangerine in the suit named Donald Trump that has his agents going out to the Smithsonian Institute to try to tamper with information and artifacts and you know, history, we know why he's doing that. Okay, so we have so many wrongs and things that goes on in this country, and racism is one of the strongest things that Americans are fucked up. Americans are fucked up people. This is a foul, fucked up country to live in. And when people talk, they go back to, bitch, this is where we're from. You go back, motherfucker. Your ancestors stole this fucking land. You're not from here. You're no more from here than we are. The fuck are you talking about? So when Tessa Blanchard runs her mouth and defends Hulk Hogan, Tessa Blanchard basically confirms what was said about her through her actions. Tessa Blanchard, first of all, you broke nose, funny nose looking motherfucker, you. If you weren't racist, you want to know what you would have did, Tessa Blanchard? You would have came out and said, listen, those things that was said about me wasn't true at all. I had nothing. I've never said nothing like that, and I never will. I'm not a racist person. I never will be. I would never say something like that. And if I would, that would make me a racist, and that's not who I am. It never happened. No, you never defended yourself. Tessa Blanchard said, I don't care what they believe. People can believe what they want to believe. And sat there and made a video playing the victim of life. You know, I don't give a fuck who your father is. Tully Blanchard was probably a racist himself. I don't know him. I don't care to know him. You defended Hulk Hogan. If you know, and for you to so-called be innocent and to, you know, try to link what you did or your situation to Hulk Hogan's, it shows you're a fraud. First of all, there's no misunderstanding about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is an open racist. Okay? We have video of his words. We have audio. We know what he said. Okay? And several different things he said and was given chances time after time. So the same guy that goes, I think Brooks thinking the black guy, man, think the fucking nigger. Fucking niggers, man. Fucking, if you at least you're gonna date a guy that's 8 feet tall that has like $100 million that plays basketball players, or something, right? You know, that's what he said, right? Okay. What did he say when his ass got caught? He talked about, I'm better than that, man. I'm not racist, you know. I was at my lowest point. Right, that's always what a racist fucking says. It's always, I'm at my lowest point. All the criminals, you know, Diddy included, all these motherfuckers, when they get caught doing something wrong, I was at my lowest point. Or after denying this shit, But then realized, fuck, there's video of it. I was at my lowest point. If you were at your lowest point, why is it that it's always racist shit that comes out of your mouth? So if I get mad about something, look, I was watching, you guys can see the same thing right here on YouTube. I was watching some shows on YouTube where they had like these interracial couples were going to therapy because imagine this. You're married to someone. That person gets upset and says, my mom told me I shouldn't have married a nigger. I knew I shouldn't have married this nigger. I knew I should, right? You got, your kids are half black, half white, and you get so angry you call your kid niggers. That's the nigger side of you. You don't get that from my side of the family. Now, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was, no. You got one time to say some shit like that to me. One time and one time only. And after I break both sides of your fucking face, it's over. Plain and simple. We're done. There's no forgiving that shit. And you're gonna call your kids niggers? So y'all throw that word around and then always want to talk about, but you guys say it all the time and all this and that. Nah, if I call you a nigga, that means I don't respect you. And I'm talking, I don't give a fuck, white, Puerto Rican, whatever the fuck. It ain't no, it's a black thing. No. I don't respect people who see themselves as niggas. Okay, so just like idiots was defending Mike Tyson some months ago, a couple of years ago. I want to be a nigga. Nigga. I want to be a nigga. Yeah, I know, it's Mike Tyson, right? Nah, Mike's an asshole for that. Fuck Mike Tyson. And he's a fucking Trump supporter. Yeah, fuck Mike Tyson. Fuck all of you coons. Fuck all you racist, pale-ass motherfuckers that can't fucking be honest about nothing. And you think that the natural order of things is you calling shots because of your skin color, right? Nah, fuck y'all. You know, Swerve Strickland and Booker T were going back and forth. Well, you know, the WWE never saluted Juneteenth. They never saluted Black History Month. Booker T, Mr. I'm a trailblazer. I open doors. Yeah, right. But you set your black ass there, your corny black ass there, and said nothing to address Juneteenth, to salute nothing. So who was wrong? Huh? Who was wrong? Was it Swerve or was it Booker T? Yeah, you guys just glaze Booker because he's WWE. But if Booker T ever says something about Triple H or Shawn Michaels or somebody of a different skin tone, you racist motherfuckers would be you'd be against Booker T. You know, all of these people are afraid to burn bridges, right? And they basically kiss ass, and that's how they get through life. You know, I remember, Tony Atlas telling this story about how they went out on the road and it was him and some other wrestlers or whatever. He was the only black one there. And he's talking about how the guy said, boy, you can't sit down. We don't serve niggas here. And he said the guy talking about how he make the best chili in town. And I just wanted chili. We sit down to eat. And they tell me they don't serve our kind. But I got called a nigga every time I went in there, and I told her, I don't care what you call me. But I just want the chili. I just want the chili was good. I want the chili. The chili. So, right, so you sold yourself for a bowl of fucking chili, huh? Tell Tony, anytime Tony comes in, Tony can come in. He come in, oh, right, because he let you call him a nigger. He let you disrespect him and he did nothing about it, so he's okay. Yeah. When they brought Tony Atlas back and he was in Mark Henry's corner, remember? He just sat there doing that stupid laugh. Yeah, they knew they could do that with Tony Atlas. That's why. And this is what racist people get used to. Just go with the program. Now, what did the WWE do with R-Truth, with Ron Killings? All they did was had him play a so-called twisted good guy. What has he done since his so-called face, his turn from being a straight-up goofball bozo clown? What has he done? Nothing. What has he done? What stories has he been in nothing? He's done nothing. Karrion Kross and Scarlett. I told you guys, they were going to do nothing but fuck them over. And what happens? They're no longer there. I told you, the WWE don't care about wrestling. They don't care about wrestlers. They care about you being entertainers. This is why they have that bullshit show. I don't watch the WWE. I stopped watching that shit. I felt like this. I don't need to sit here week after week and give you videos about how awful a show was. So I watch what I like, and I don't give a fuck about what the WWE is doing. I don't care who's in it and who's doing what. I don't respect the program. I don't respect the product. I don't like it, and I don't respect the minds that's behind it. So I have no reason to sit and waste my time week after week talking about SmackDown and Raw and how garbage it was. Y'all can waste your time doing that shit. But what happens because of the YouTube algorithm when I'm watching wrestling, there will be clips of many different wrestling companies come up. And the last thing I seen happen with the WWE stupid asses was some shit with Iguana Man. I told you guys. Did I not tell you that? No, they're interested in people like Iguana Man. Stupid shit like that. And I watched him and Finn Balor sit here and have a puppet fight. And I watched Iguana Man sit here and had this fearful expression on his face and fell down because of a puppet. And I'm watching two grown men sit there and fight with puppets. And I sit here and I started laughing and said, wow. Now, Harley Cameron comes out with her puppet. Remember when she was doing the whole Sasha Banks thing? And that's all that shit was. But WWE takes it to the point of childlike logic, stupid shit. Just stupid shit. And I said, I just shook my head like, wow. And I was like, I'm not going to do no, nah. I was already done with watching. I don't even watch the WWE. Like I said, shit pops up on YouTube or whatever. Like, I don't watch any of that shit. And as for that stupid show that they have, whatever it's called, Unreal or whatever the fuck it's called, the whole concept is dumb. Because we're going to sit here and watch you behind the curtain. That's too much information. It's stupid. It's foolish. And it's, you know what? That whole storyline about John Cena ruining wrestling, nope. The WWE as a whole is ruining it for themselves. So while you guys are sitting up here making, defense of these idiot racist morons, and while you're sitting up here making videos every week telling how sucky the product is, I'm watching what I enjoy, and WWE is one of them. So fuck the WWE. And as for Tessa Blanchard, for someone to be innocent, for one, you wouldn't have defended Hulk Hogan. And you would have felt more like, man, I didn't even say these things. People are lying on me. But Hulk Hogan is actually guilty of this shit. And you have people trying to take up for him and make excuses for him. And I'm innocent. No, you sat there and talked about how he was a trailblazer and fuck him and his contributions. Hulk Hogan, let's get this straight. First of all, stop acting like Hulk Hogan was the begin-all, end-all of wrestling. Hulk Hogan, became a part of something. He was a steroid user, a liar, a no-good motherfucker, just like a whole lot of them, but he became a part of something that already existed. And to sit up here talking about wrestling is only here because no bullshit. That's what they want to tell you, We don't know who the fuck else would have stepped up and what might have happened if Hulk Hogan wasn't the guy that got the big push like he did. So what? Fuck him and his contributions. One thing about you racist motherfuckers is this. If you think a black man or woman is supposed to sit here and give a fuck about Hulk Hogan or your opinions because of his contributions, I can give a shit about what Hulk Hogan did in wrestling. He made a ton of money too, and couldn't wrestle for shit. He was a draw because of his presence and what he did worked for him and he blew up, and all. Fuck Hulk Hogan. And for Tessa Blanchard to sit here talking about for someone to be misunderstood and people overlook there's a person inside. Yeah, there's a person inside of a rapist. There's a person inside of a pedophile. There's a person inside of a fucking murderer, a thief, a liar, a racist. Yeah, and you know what? It's not a good person that's inside. So for her to say this and try to play, the pity party and always want to involve herself in something, you did everything except said, I apologize for what I did, or sat down to address the fans that pay money to watch TNA product. And so whether they want to see you or not, when your little narrow flat ass come on that screen, they're watching you. And for you to sit here and say, I don't care what they believe, they can believe what they want, because that's what you said. Now, imagine your wife come home. Imagine you had several different people that don't even know each other tell you that your wife is cheating on you. And you approach your wife about it, and your wife says, I don't care what you believe. I don't care. Believe whatever you want. Your wife is telling you, more than likely, yep, I did it. You just didn't catch me. You're just going by what someone said. And you're not important enough for me to explain that shit. Or defend myself or even lie and say I didn't. Fuck you. And more than likely, she probably wants to divorce you anyway. She's letting you know you're not important. So Tessa Blanchard has let the wrestling world know she don't care what people think about her. She's, you know, she did what she did. She said what she said. And that's why she didn't deny it, because she knows if she does, it's very possible that more people are going to speak up. Then it becomes a thing where incidents might happen, footage might pop up with some shit. But bottom line, let's just let it go. And TNA are scumbags, because TNA went to the level of, let's make I Hate Tessa Blanchard shirts. So you're that stupid that you're going to spend your money to buy a shirt to show that you hate a person. No. Even if I hate you, if I can't stand you, I'm not going to wear anything saying I hate this, I hate a person. No, that's not what I want to represent. What I feel about a person based on, you know, how they carry themselves, type of thing they do, how they treat people, that's something that I will keep inside. Even if I talked about it, I'm not going to wear a shirt saying I hate a person. So what type of scumbags are you? And this is exactly what TNA is doing to try to insult your intelligence. Let's take this and flip it and try. You know, it's not hate for her. It's you know, when you stand up against something, you're a hater. That's the childish mentality of the generation. No, what it is really simple. People see you for who you are, and they don't want you there. And this is why every time you wrestle, the chant is, she's a racist. You're a racist. Because that's what the fuck you are. If you went to work and manager or whoever came to you and said, hey, look, we got several people saying that they saw you stealing. Bet you won't say. I'll bet you won't say. You believe whatever you want. No, because you want and need your job, right? So you're going to defend yourself. You're going to do everything to prove your innocence. No. Tessa Blanchard basically just nonchalantly didn't give a fuck and sat there and did a whole video talking a bunch of bullshit. Nothing she said addressed the problem. You know, playing the victim of life, and she went through so much. Your daddy was probably a racist too. So fuck him too. At the end of the fucking day, here's what gets me. And this is where I look at her and I look at all the people that try to support her bullshit. If Tessa Blanchard could sit here and tell you about things she went through in life and things that, you know, she dealt with and she felt like people didn't treat her right, why would you want to put that same vibe out to everybody else? Why? These people that pay tickets to watch TNA is just going to deal with me? Nah, they don't want you there. This isn't Dominic Mysterio type heat. This isn't, you know, Don Callis type heat. Like, yo, this dude is an asshole. He plays his job very... No, we don't want you here. That's what this is. So the good white people that's not racist, no. Racist white people don't want you guys to be seen or heard either. No, they don't want... They only want to say what they want, do what they want. And we always... Notice, in America, the only time you hear people talking about their freedom of speech is when they want to say something racist and full of hate. You don't hear people saying that when they want to speak against racism, speak against hate crimes and all. No, it's only when they want to express that shit. That's the only time you hear people saying that type of stuff. So I look at it and I say, look, it's really simple. If you think that Tessa Blanchard is justified, fuck you. Fuck you and your whole racist family that raised you to be racist. Tessa Blanchard, she could have easily addressed that situation if she was innocent, but she didn't. And to say she don't care is because she can't come up with a lie. She don't want to talk and say something else and put her foot in the mouth even further. Tessa Blanchard is a scumbag. Hulk Hogan's a scumbag. White people, black people, everybody. Hulk Hogan's a scumbag. Nobody wants to deal with Hulk Hogan. Eric Bischoff, Jimmy Hart, yeah. These people, they don't care. You know what? If you think that it's okay to just be who you are, you should have that right. Like I said before, we should just let all the inmates out of prison and say maybe they learned their lesson. They've been in here for a little bit. You know, yeah, let's let them all out. They're all human. There's a person inside of them. Let's just let everybody just do whatever they want. You know, it's 2025. I won't be shocked if one day people are touching little children and molesting children, doing all types of shit, and they don't do any time. I won't even be shocked if that shit starts to happen. I won't be shocked if if they make excuses for people committing rape. America is like, it's something about these people. Let me tell you something. The sooner this tangerine in the suit gets out of office, for the betterment of America and the countries attached to it and everything else, that whoever comes after this dude need to be the exact opposite of him. And that needs to happen before his 4 years is up. He just needs to get out of here. People like him alone, he gave racist people confidence that they can come out their face and say things and do things. And then when they get their jaw jacked, oh man, look at what happened. Then all these little tough rednecks want to get on video. Oh, if I would have been there. Yeah, if you would have been in Cincinnati, you would have got your little pale ass stomped the fuck out too. This dude goes and puts his hands on somebody and then gets his ass kicked, and then all of a sudden it's the worst for wear. Because no, if it would have been a black dude doing that to another black dude, y'all wouldn't have gave a fuck. And all y'all be doing is see how these niggas live. Look at them. They're too stupid to get along and unite. They're harming each other. What bothers you is because you feel the need to want to be able to express yourself in a disrespectful manner. You know what's funny? 2 weeks before that Cincinnati situation happened, remember the black guy that went in the restaurant and the white guys was telling him, your kind is not welcome here? And them 7 white guys jumped and beat up that black guy? Yeah, you don't see that publicized, but I got the receipt in my phone. And that was 2 weeks before the Cincinnati situation. But where were all you? Oh, I'm not racist. I'm just speaking. I'm just saying. Why did it take all these? Yeah, why did it take 7 people to beat up one black guy by himself? Yeah, that's exactly my point. It's only when something happened to people that look just like you. Other than that, you don't give a fuck. So, coon ass Divine Hulk Hogan, I want to say thank you. Of course, he's a coon. Of course. He's a token ass nigga. Of course. Moose, no different. Yeah, that motherfucker took the side of Tessa Blanchard when that shit first. Of course. I don't know Moose, don't care. I don't know his family. I don't know nothing about him. He's probably not dating a black woman anyway. And even if he is, so I don't give a fuck. But more than likely, that's what happens. These token ass niggas sit up here and they make these videos trying to defend somebody. But all of this talk about we're all human and nobody's perfect, the reason why y'all come to that conclusion is because y'all all got that shit in y'all. You know what? It's like I can remember several people, I done wired their shit shut for calling me a nigga. And I remember this one situation where it happened. And I looked right at the dude, mother and father, and I said, at this time I was about 14 years old when this incident happened. And I said, you know what? I never once called him a cracker, but I broke his face open for him calling me a nigga. So next time, what you rather me do? Call him a cracker or punch him in his face like I did this time? And I was 14, he was 17. Yeah, out here picking on fucking, freshmen in high school. But I wasn't having that shit. And where did this come from? That's the type of language he hears at home. So when I hear somebody like a Tessa Blanchard saying these type of things, and I hear, her defending a Hulk Hogan, I'm not shocked at all. I told you guys, we'll see how things happen from here. Her little flat, skinny ass, she comes up here trying to play the victim. She's walking around with the camera crew at TNA and showing how they set up and being so nice to everybody. They want to show her on vacation in a Spanish country. So fucking what? So what? Like I said, you got couples that are married that call each other racial slurs. Or one person out the couple, out the relationship, calling the other a racial slur. Calling their own kids a racial slur. So what that mean? Oh, it's just work? No, you don't even care how you make your kids feel? God damn. And you guys think that this is normal behavior? America is full of a bunch of manic depressive, mental health issue having soft, wimpy motherfuckers who can't solve and fix shit. Everything, I got mental health issues and nobody. Right, yeah, bitch, I know. You make $75,000 a year. You're this, you're that, you're independent. I know, right, but all of a sudden now you're a victim. It's always fall apart, crying shit and jumping on TikTok, making videos, crying all the time and telling the world your personal business. Who gives a fuck? Toughen up, bitch. I get so sick of this soft-ass generation of people. They have this march going on. And this is some movement for women, men against domestic violence or something to that effect or whatever. But the catch is all the men are going to wear red dresses. No, all the sissies are going to wear red dresses because I'd be damned if I'm going to be out there wearing a dress for anybody. So I won't be a part of that cause. No, I don't think men and women should be putting their hands on each other, period. I think people should learn to keep their hands to themselves. But when you provoke people and you try to be disrespectful and think you're going to get in someone's face and do, nah. You're asking for it. Why the fuck does men need to put a dress on in order to be a part of, no. This is this whole men need to be less masculine. Obama sat there for whatever reason and said, every little boy should have a gay man in his life. And I'm like, why? Why, Obama? Make sense out of that. Is this generation of men such sorry sons of bitches that they like what is it? You don't want little boys to be taught how to be men. You want little boys to be taught it's okay to be girls. Or whatever the fuck the message is. All this goofy shit that's going on in this country. All of this shit that we focus on, the stupid little pet peeves and the little let's take these things and make them mainstream. Let's make this the focus. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down and have my little 5-year-old son sit on my lap and tell him it's okay if he wanna wear lipstick and wear panties and have a boyfriend and suck a dick when he's 12. Nah, I'm not doing that shit. No. So all of these things that people see is wrong or people see is it's just not for me. There's always somebody that want to force an agenda on you. Racism is no different. They want you to think it's okay to think that way and to feel that way. Racism can lead to hate crimes, and it often does. And the fact that we're teaching people it's okay to walk around feeling hateful. So wait, it's not okay to say, I don't support gay lifestyles. Like, I mean, that's your business, what you do. But it's not me. Just keep your shit to yourself. Somehow that's offensive, but it's okay to call somebody racial slurs. It's okay to go out and project hate. It's okay to walk around with an attitude, a chip on your shoulder because the neighbor just moved in, is a different skin tone from you. It's okay to burn crosses on somebody's lawn and call them nigger. All that's okay, but it's not okay to tell somebody, hey, I'm not gay. Listen, that's your business. Keep it to yourself. Hey, I don't live that lifestyle. That's your business. You know, I find it weird that in Tessa Blanchard's defense of Hulk Hogan, and for her to even use the term, like the young lady said, to be misunderstood. No. Why is it that when you get mad, the first thing coming out of your mouth is a racial slur? Where's the misunderstanding at? We heard what this bald-headed motherfucker said. And you heard what he said. So how do you compare what you were accused of versus what he actually said? So either you said it or you didn't. And my hunch is you said it and you meant it. You just didn't think it was going to get back to you. So big deal you fly to a different country. Big deal you can speak another language. So fucking what? So what? How many racist ass kids I went to school with and somebody's kid learned to speak Spanish or whatever because they became a school teacher or they did so whatever. So what? Or it was a course that so what? So fucking what? You know, I think it was Slammiversary, whatever that pay-per-view was that TNA had when it was Jordan Grace's exit. And when they came to the bag, Tessa standing there clapping and whatever. Jordan Grace walked right past Tessa Blanchard. Jordan Grace shook hands and hugged everybody else except for Tessa Blanchard because she knows the scumbag that Tessa Blanchard is. And by the way, Tessa Blanchard, you know that Jordan Grace is married to a black man. So we can only imagine how you feel about him. Yeah, we can only imagine how you feel about Jordan Grace. We know the deal. And the fact of the matter is, there's several people that said Tessa Blanchard is a rotten person. She's not a good person. So you sitting up here playing the victim and always, it's like, you know what, it's just like those shows where you remember the guy, it's always like somebody had like a private investigator and they're watching to see if their spouse is cheating on them. And then when they get caught, what are you doing? You're following me? Oh my God, right? And they're trying to explain, and they get to the point when they start playing the victim. Well, you're never home. You're always at work. And right? Oh, so you made me cheat on you, in other words. It's my fault that you're a whore. That's all Tessa Blanchard is doing. No, I can't just say I was wrong and there's no excuse for what I said and did. And I feel like shit that I did it. And I'm sorry and I apologize. No. Even if you want to make up the fucking lie and say that you didn't say it, it's the fact that you told your audience, you told the wrestling audience, I don't care what they believe. Okay, so fuck you too. We don't care. She's not innocent. She said that shit. That's why she didn't defend it. So if tomorrow headlines read Tessa Blanchard is a child molester, is Tessa Blanchard going to say, I believe what you want, I don't care? I think not. This is where you guys need to understand. The difference between a person's actions, a lot of times, most of the time, is the difference between how they're treated when they do what they do. Like, in other words, if you have a kid and your kid is walking around, running around with a pair of scissors in his or her hand, right? Are you going to just sit there and look and say, oh, well, if this little motherfucker fall and kill himself, that's his business, right? And then all of a sudden, your child runs with those scissors and fall down the stairs, and then that knife goes right in their throat or their eye or whatever, and then what? Then what? Because what kind of parent sits back and watch that? Okay, so if you had good home training and a good upbringing, that's my point. You're going to project that no matter where you go and whatever the situation is in life, because that's who you are. You're better than, like, I'm that kind of person. When I go to a restaurant, when I get up, unless it's one of these restaurants where the waitresses come and take the, I always dump my shit in the garbage. I don't just sit there and leave. I always do that. And I'll just wipe the crumbs and shit, everything onto the tray and all. And that, of course, they're going to come and clean the table. They're supposed to. But that's just the way I was brought up. I taught my sons to say please and thank you. I taught my sons to never be pushovers, be stand-up type guys, no nonsense type of guys. But to, just be polite, not phony. And don't respect anybody that don't respect you. I've always taught my sons that. But I've never, ever taught my sons to be racist. I've never taught my sons to resort to, beating up women or getting physical when they get, in a certain mood or whatever. But like I said, self-defense, people, you'll sometimes you might just find yourself in that situation where it's self-defense or someone does something to that point where, you know what, because there's a such thing as, if I let this motherfucker get away with this, he's going to do it again. And next time, it's just going to be the same, but only it's going to escalate. And maybe now I could just break his jaw and make him understand. I'm going to break both sides of his face. But if I don't, now the next time I come here, might be 10 of them. Now he wants to act tough and try to, get physical. Now I'm going to do the same thing anyway. Only next time is going to be a couple, it's going to be 8 broken jaws instead of just 1. Instead of just 2, rather. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, let's be real, y'all. We don't sit here and tell our kids it's okay to be racist. We don't sit here and tell our kids it's okay that you're manic depressive and you just do dumb shit when you get angry and say that. No, it's so you don't have to watch your tongue. You have the freedom of speech. You can just, no, bullshit. And the fact is this, TNA is a scumbag company. Nobody watches TNA for TNA. They're watching it because of their affiliation with the WWE, and everything is an interest to see what Trick Williams is going to do, or what. Nothing is based on what what TNA wrestlers are doing. That's why nobody can tell you what TNA storylines are. They don't give a fuck about their storylines. You see, the WWE is terrified of AEW because they wanted them to go away so bad, and when they first started to get that heat of, the numbers are not the same. Yeah, it's all but over. And then, nope. And they said, damn, these motherfuckers are resilient. TNA was resilient, but they never had the kind of financial banking that Tony has. So, god damn it, no. They didn't get a TV deal as fast, and they couldn't keep the TV deal. Well, streaming services, now everything. So, AEW is on fire. So, what do? Word is, WWE is trying to talk TNA into trying to go on Wednesdays, and they're trying to get a streaming deal so they can go head to head with AEW, hoping that they'll steal some of AEW's spotlight. Let me tell you guys something. You can try to prevent AEW's audience from growing. You can try to do whatever you want. Eric Bischoff can sit here with his old fucking white head ass and try to fucking glaze the fuck out of TNA and try to, man, let me tell you something. TNA fans are not stealing shit from AEW. TNA wrestling sucks, man. That product sucks. I sat there and I watched 2 weeks straight back to back and like, what the fuck am I watching? And I skipped 1 week and I watched it the following afterwards, and it's like, I just couldn't get into anything that was happening. Nothing. And I'm like, wow. And then when I started to really dig into what TNA has going on, TNA is a scumbag company too. Yeah. They're a scumbag company too. They're a bunch of bottom feeders and they don't have a problem with, being whores in order to try to get over it. Well, I tell you guys something. When you are a part of a company, it's best that you sit up and promote the company that you work for and, not sit up here and bring up other shit. One thing about, this whole situation, Tony Khan made it known Hulk Hogan would never be welcome in AEW. And Tessa Blanchard won't be welcome in AEW either. Tessa Blanchard, she's proven this to be a scumbag. You guys, oh, she's such a sweetheart. How can anybody not like her? Oh, shut your bitch ass up. You guys and your little jerk off dreams. You little jerk off fantasies, and you guys don't care because you're racist too. It's just as simple as that. Nobody's going to support a racist unless they are racist. And my thing is, she had more than enough time to apologize. She had more than enough time to at least explain the situation if she didn't do it, right? No, she didn't. And TNA didn't say, hey, Tessa, you need to apologize. You need to make this public. Because we can't have you walking around here. Look at what she did. She abandoned them, kept their belt. They had to wind up getting some bringing back the old belt or whatever just for the sake of having the belt on the show, present on the show. I mean, she did all of this shit to them, and she blamed them, and she everything. And their desperate asses brought her back. And even in the attempt to bring her back, it's like it wasn't heavily publicized. Nobody knew. And when she came back and she pulled that mask off, she pulled it off to like zero reaction. Nobody wanted Tessa Blanchard back. That should have even let them know, damn, you know what? Okay. We know what this is about. But they don't have any morals either. So yeah, let's bring her back and try to make people forget the fact that she's racist. So what? Just accept it. If she is racist, no. That's my point. If you'll hire anybody, and the thing is, what do they think Tessa Blanchard does for the ratings? What do they think? Nobody cares about Tessa Blanchard. WWE brings back Brock Lesnar and try to get, Alberto El Patron, all these scumbags, man. Vince McMahon, nobody gives a fuck about fuck Vince McMahon. Fuck all these people. You guys are slaves to this. Oh, but he can try to give a fuck about your bullshit contributions, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Like they always tell the fans, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Exactly. But you stupid motherfuckers don't understand that. And for the record, I never gave a fuck about Hulk Hogan's corny ass. So I never liked Hulk Hogan. At no point. I was able to tolerate him a little more when he was part of NWO, but fuck Hulk Hogan. I never liked that cornball motherfucker. So his shit don't mean anything. Because while you guys were watching WWE, I was watching everything. Everything. Nowadays, it's just been narrowed down to AEW and whatever else I can watch here and there, whatever. I got too much shit. I have a life. So my life is not like y'all sitting home being couch potatoes, glazing the fuck out of a bunch of grown-ass men. That's not what I do. So anyways, yeah, I watch what I enjoy. I have no reason to tune in. I have no faith in WWE. They suck like a motherfucker. So no, I watch AEW. I have no interest in the WWE. None. I don't see color. I equal opportunity. All this shit you say, Triple H. But your bitch ass didn't even. And I said this is due to Donald Trump shit. And these motherfuckers, they don't care. They're going to follow his lead. And trust me, Trump made it known he didn't want them fucking saluting Black History Month or Juneteenth. That's why they didn't do it. And plus, like I said, because they're racist as fuck too. Everything is about money to people that's already filthy rich. People that already, have more money than they can spend. But they just want everything. And once again, let me say this in closing. Look at Ricochet, corny-ass character in WWE. Yeah, they fucked Ricochet over, didn't they? Look at what he's doing right now over here in AEW. Look at the Hurt Syndicate. Look at Bianca Belair. Yeah, look at Swerve Strickland. Look at Athena. Look at what they're doing over here. AEW. Look at Queen Aminata. Like, look at what they're doing. Queen Aminata, wasn't in WWE, but the rest of them were. And look at their roles. You complained that they broke the Hurt Syndicate up too soon, but now the Hurt Syndicate is there. They were the Hurt Business in WWE, and they're doing what they're doing in AEW. Oh, let's find something to complain about. Ricochet had no character whatsoever. I was watching him since he was Prince Puma. He had no character whatsoever. Look at him now. You the same guys that sit there talking about, oh man, the Hurt Syndicate just buried Ricochet. And I was saying like 25 different thumbnails, all like within the same hour, saying the same goofy shit. And I'm like, yeah, look at Ricochet now. And I told you, nah, this is a character change for him. So he's coming out this like kind of psychotic, evil nerd type shit. And yeah, now look at Ricochet. Yeah. Look at Bishop Khan and his part. Look at what's going on in AEW. Yeah, but you guys that sat here talking all this bullshit about, oh, WWE has black wrestlers. Nobody didn't say they don't have some black wrestlers, you dumb fucks. We said, what are they doing with them? In fact, what have they done with Alex the Black since he's been back? What have they fucking done with Miro? What have they done with any of them? All it was, okay, when their contract's up, let's get them back here in WWE. Penta, fuck these people, man. Fuck these people. You know what? I would rather work for a company where I'm valued, I'm being paid well, and I'm respected, than to be somewhere where I'm getting paid to just be a goof, a buffoon, a clown. You guys, R-Truth has done nothing but have a little character change, but he's done nothing. Karrion Kross and Scarlett no longer in WWE. Just like I said before, you guys claim you love R-Truth so much, that means if he goes to AEW, you're going to show him love wherever, right? Some asshole the other night typed in, I only watch AEW for Tony Storm. And I said, the funny thing is, you say that shit, but you know every outcome of every match. Tony Storm is in every match. So if you only watch for Tony Storm, why the fuck you talking about the whole show? Well, I'm saying if she would, nah, motherfucker. No. You watch AEW because you're an asshole. Simply because if you don't like it, you're wasting your fucking time. And it's obvious you have no life and you don't mind wasting your own time. 2, you're full of shit. You think it's the end thing just to say, I hate AEW or the only reason I watch. Who gives a fuck what your reason is? Why did you even feel the need to even type that stupid shit in? This is what I mean. And when people, oh, I can't wait for the day that AEW is put out of business by WWE. I mean, it's something, you know what it is when I talk about the hate and the racism of the people, the minds that's behind the WWE, they attract those same type of fans. Yeah, a bunch of hateful motherfuckers. Tell you something. You can wish bad things on somebody and all of a sudden your daughter ends up with cancer. Yeah, you just got this brand new house, then your wife dies, and all of a sudden now you got to try to pay this shit by yourself or whatever the fuck. Yeah, just shit happens. My rhetorical question to any dumb son of a bitch: how much of a loser are you in life that it makes you feel good that a company goes out of business? Because you want to be able to say they conquered them. How does that improve your fucking life? Your broke ass probably still live with your parents or living up in some fucking 1-bedroom apartment with a leaky fucking ceiling and smell bad, mildewed roaches and all that shit. And you sitting up here worried about glazing the fuck out of a bunch of fucking ignorant, fucking maniacal people. All this counter programming that they doing is not doing shit but showing their desperation. They're terrified. It's like I said, they're terrified of AEW. They see what AEW is doing. They held their ground. So you know what? Unlike TNA, they didn't have to fucking have a bunch of WWE guys popping up and trying to save them. No. They've been doing their thing, and they got that mojo back to okay. AEW is killing it. They're knocking it out the park. They know what they're supposed to be doing. It's on. But somehow it just makes you feel the thought of it. I can't wait for the day. Wow. So that's how you spend your days, huh? Jerking off, watching somebody else's wives and then sitting up here just crossing your fingers hoping that a company goes out of business. Yeah, maybe the company that you work for go out of business too. Maybe the company that your parents work for will go out of business and you lose everything that you have. And if that happens, I want you to sit and think back of how you was hating on, whether it's AEW, any other company, you just want to see them go out of business. Not because of anything they're doing wrong to people, they're a fucking scumbag, no, but because they're the competition to the company that you're a slave for. You guys are a bunch of slaves. That's all you are. That's all you are. Triple H can tell you to go fuck yourself. Triple H can tell you to lick the crack of his ass and you guys will still be. He can literally say that, all you fucking WWE fans, you can lick the crack of my funky ass and you guys would still tune in and watch it. Rhea Ripley, all of them, they can say whatever they want. You guys will still tune in because you are all slaves. And that's why you complain about what they say, but you will not turn that fucking channel. And for those who said fuck it and cashed out and said, I'm tired of WWE, well, that's just the way things go. But you guys, understand something. When you support something or a person that's just not good, the same type of people that you support, trust me, you can be the target of those people. So yeah, all of this wishing bad things on people, but then yet you support a scumbag like Tessa. You support a scumbag like Hulk Hogan. Yeah, takes a scumbag to know one, right? And I guess this is exactly what you guys show. You're just showing that, hey, we're all the same. I don't see anything wrong with her being racist. I don't see anything wrong with Hogan being racist. Of course you don't. And that's why we don't give a fuck about you. And you can fucking join Hogan. We wouldn't give a fuck. Real simple. She could have righted this wrong by just being honest and admitting what she did. But you know what the problem is? She hasn't gotten it out of her system. Yeah. And that's why she can't find herself. She's above telling you she's a shit to apologize. She's above admitting it. Imagine this. If somebody was a pedophile, they went to jail 25 years ago. Let's say this person has been not in any trouble and saying that they learned their lesson. They feel bad about what they did and they're a changed person. Would you trust that person to watch your kid? And let's say that that person really is a changed person. How do you know that? Would you trust that motherfucker around your kid? So, if you say yes, you're a stupid son of a bitch. And if you say no, yeah, okay then. So why the fuck, what's the whole thing is, even if that person changed, you don't want to take that risk, right? And all of a sudden, this person, molest and rape your child. Okay, so that's the whole thing. If there's no change in Tessa Blanchard, and the only thing happened is some time went by, and then she was smart enough to not say nigger or spick or coon or whatever the fuck it is she called people openly, what does that do? What is that? What's that? So as a black man, I'm supposed as a good human being, why the fuck you want to support her? It just, like I said, it's because you're just like her. As a black man, I'm supposed to sit here and be okay with the fact I know this bitch is a racist, but I'm going to just support her career. Nah. And any time you guys want to try to force someone on us because you see them as some fucking hero, that's your problem. Fuck you and your heroes. She's a scumbag. Hogan's a scumbag. Trump's a scumbag, and he spearheads all this racist shit. If you think that Donald Trump, if you think that Hulk Hogan, Tessa Blanchard, and any other fucking racist are justified, go fuck yourself. And get the fuck off my channel. Go hang out on these racist channels that support that shit. Because I don't support that shit here. And I don't give a fuck if you black or white or whatever. You a fucking coon. You a fucking pale ass racist. Fuck you. We don't harbor that shit over here. And the fucked up thing is, most of us can't even have channels where we can just have fun. Because y'all are so used to being a part of drama and hateful bullshit, you don't even know how to respect and appreciate something that's different. As men, how we go to work and come home, throw a good movie on, eat some good food, turn, fire the Xbox up or something. No, when we can't do that, because, no, we can do that on our own. But when we interact with other people and everything's a complaint, I promise you, TikTok has shown me so much just about human behavior, where I get this, I mean, grown men, all I see them do is argue, 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 argue. How? It's funny how you praise something 1 minute, then the next minute it's trash. Simply because why? You're getting your ass kicked by your opponent, and you guys just argue like a bunch of children. So I have no interest in this going live, playing people. I have no interest in it. I do what I do for fun. I'm a grown-ass man, and I don't give a fuck if you guys think I'm the best knockout fight night champions or undisputed or UFC fight. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just do this shit for fun, man. And we can't even have fun together like that. It's like, it's not even worth making videos for you motherfuckers, because this is all you guys are good for, arguing about stupid shit. So my shit is made for a select few, because let's be real, unless you got something to bitch about, you just don't. It's something about Americans. They just love to express negativity. But when you speak against the negativity, they go into defense mode. They can't just admit that they're wrong about something. That's why people are always getting their asses whooped, because they talk too much bullshit. Fuck Tessa Blanchard. Fuck Hulk Hogan and anybody that support them motherfuckers. And if you think that it's okay to be racist, fuck you even more.
Listen, there are a lot of outside factors in this match.